Yes, it's wonderful, it's marvelous, it's historic, it's phenomenal. It's something we never believed would happen in America in our lifetime, and yet we can say that we are looking forward to watching Barack Hussein Obama become the first African American president of the United States. Actually, he will be the 44th president of the United States, and it's a wonderful thing. Now what? And the reason I pose the question rather rhetorically is because as great as this is, as wonderful as this is, I can tell my grandchild about it, and she already knows about it, and she herself will be able to tell her children, and it goes down the line. There is yet much work to be done in the African American community, specifically, and the community at large in general. This is what I mean. I teach at two community colleges, and I teach a lot of remedial courses. And there are a number of young people from the urban area who, perhaps through no fault of their own, cannot grasp the basics in the world of academia. The reading becomes quite difficult for them. The comprehension becomes quite difficult for them. Many of them tell me outright, "I hate reading." And so when I say now what, because the bottom line is, even though Barack Obama will sit at the helm of this country as its commander, as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, over here in the real world, as it were, we still have to perform. We still need to get young people of every stripe, of every hue in America, up to snuff in terms of their academics. Other countries are faring better than the United States in terms of the math and science, and we're kind of lagging behind. And of course, I'm old enough to remember when the United States truly was first. I'm delighted. Don't misunderstand me. I'm delighted that Barack Obama is the president. He still stands as the president-elect as I film this. And of course, I cried like many people cried. I thank God as many people thanked our Creator. And I don't want to minimize this moment in time, but I also know what I see as I go along my walk in the ordinariness of my life. And I still see that young people, there are too many young people who are not as excited about this as they should. As a matter of fact, an educator talked to some young people in a schoolyard, I believe in Philadelphia, recently. And he asked some of these young boys, how do you feel about the fact that Barack Obama will be our first black president? And I cannot I cannot repeat the language that was used, but in essence, these kids said it really didn't matter whether we have a black president. They still saw life as meaningless. They still viewed life as rather hopeless. And so, as sad as that is, I don't want to paint a gloomy picture. I'm looking forward to the Obama administration. He has placed some very, very interesting people in certain positions, and hopefully they will do well by America and do well by him. Hopefully we will rise again like a phoenix, because as you know, we are in dire straits here in this country. I'm happy that black people can really tell their children and their children's children, you can be anything you want, including the President of the United States, and mean it. I've heard people say that on more than one occasion, but today it is true, and I thank God that it is true. I will certainly pray for Barack Obama and his family. I admonish you and certainly urge you to do the same. He will need all of our prayers. He will need the prayers of the world, since the United States is still, I guess, the strongest or the greatest country in the world. We are not viewed as good people in general. Our reputation has been sullied, and hopefully Barack Obama will bring us to a point where we are at least still respected, even if we are no longer loved. I think that Barack Obama, who seems to have taken a page out of the Lincoln administration and the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration, I think he is a practical individual as well as a dreamer, and perhaps both will work well for him. I believe the White House will be inundated with people who are talented and people from the arts. Yes, just as it was when John F. Kennedy and his lovely wife Jackie were residents of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Barack Obama's and Michelle's children are beautiful, and they will certainly romp around the White House, and we'll have all kinds of stories coming from the mass media about what the girls are doing. I ask that America and Americans not become disillusioned or disenchanted if things don't turn around immediately, and don't become enraged by saying, well, he said he could do this, and the country is in terrible straits financially. People are yet losing their jobs. Companies are yet cutting back, downsizing, whatever you want to call it. And so I ask that you be patient and give him time to turn things around. And, we ought to appreciate small successes as well. And so I say to you, I'm happy to be talking with you. I'm happy about the fact that Barack Obama won. There was absolutely nothing wrong with John McCain, but the bottom line is I voted for Barack Obama. He's not the affirmative action candidate, might I add. He came to the table, as it were, with impeccable credentials, and I trust that he will serve God and serve this country well, so that even if he is a one-term president, that he will make such an impact and become such a force to be reckoned with, a positive force to be reckoned with, not only in America, but around the world, and do us all proud. Thank you.